good morning, everybody. I'm Cookie. Say, I'm Cookie. Yes, I'm a little smarty pants. I'm a bowl of energy. I have so much energy. Yes. Say hi, yogis. Soon I'm gonna do some yoga with you guys. When I can stop wanting to play so much. Yeah, that's Cookie. It's actually his full name is Cookie Bear. So, yeah, right? You wanna go play? Go play. He just wanted to say hi. Yeah, this is the little monster that is keeping me awake. So, crazy me, crazy COVID times made me do this. All right, let's see. Cute dog, good morning. He's so cute. Willie's here with me every time. Shoulders today. Shoulders today. You need shoulders, Monica? And hi, Willie. Hi, Sheila. How are you guys? What else? What do you want to work on today, guys? Oh my gosh, how cute. Yeah, he's pretty cute. And I'm trying to do the best of I can to train him, but he's very smart. So I hope he doesn't outsmart me. Alright, anything special that you guys want to work today? Hi, Emily. Good morning. Yeah, isn't he cute? He's like a teddy bear. Nothing in particular. I have something in particular, my low back. A lot of sitting, a lot of folding forward, a lot of all those kind of things, you know, picking up 100 million things on the floor every day, especially now with 2 dogs. So yeah, low back is a big thing. Hi, Deb. Thank you. Nobody's writing anything, so we can start. We're gonna start actually. If you have, well, you know, the basics, all the props, all pillows, blankets, if you have a chair or a like I have right now here, where's mine? The time went so fast when you need to feed those little things that, okay, so I have a belt. And I would love to use a belt today. If you don't have a belt, you can use a long towel, a longer blanket that you can reach for your feet. So that's what I would like you to have. If you don't have that in handy, I wait for you to go get it, okay? Even a shirt, you know, I have this thing here in my throat that you can also use just to give that leverage to hold your leg. Of course, a belt is better. Any kind of belt, the belt that you use to hold your pants, you can use that too. So we need something like that, and just the normal, the usual, if you have blocks and blankets and pillows, okay? So we can start. I'm gonna start here close by, so if you change your mind to what you want to, hips and low back sound perfect. All right. I got you, Ferd, I got you. All right, guys. So let's center. It's our Sunday. It's the moment before we start our week to regain our own power, to regain our power to bring all our energy back, not letting it spill all over. And then usually what happens in the end of the week when you spill so much energy, you are done with your energy, and then you feel so tired, so cranky, that you don't want to do anything else, right? So let's bring it all in, literally. We're gonna bring it all in. So find a comfortable seated position wherever you are, feeling up, like feel your shoulders, letting almost a warm sensation, a water warm sensation, or some liquid coming down to your shoulders, all the way down to your fingers. So imagine that just releasing all the way to your fingers, all the way to your chest and belly, all the way from the back of your neck, all the way down to your back. And just really close your eyes and imagine this warm sensation. And the warm sensation is telling you that it's okay to release right now. It's okay to have this time. Because you deserve it. You deserve come back to touch your own internal magic. Every breath that goes out, you feel that every part of your upper body is relaxed, okay? The top of the head, the back of the neck. And then every time that you breathe in, like I said, we spill the energy out. So every time you breathe in, you imagine bringing that energy back. If you want to imagine something, I like to imagine the color that you don't want it to give so much. You bring it back to your body. Now, how we're going to start this class is noticing the center. The center, when I say your waist and your sit bones, wherever your sit bones are touching. And then what does that energy goes up to your pelvis, up from the pelvis up to the rib cage, from the rib cage up to the chest, the back. So the movement is very simple. It's going to be side to side. And those are the simple moments that I want you to notice where it feels uncomfortable. It might be in your low back. It might be just this movement side to side, sitting down. I don't have my legs crossed because it will be a different thing. But if you have your legs crossed, it can be in your hips. So just keep your eyes closed and keep moving side. It's just a side to side. It's not a rounding. It's not a circle. It's just a side to side motion. And then in this side to side, we're going to keep on adding. Now this side to side is going to become, the torso goes to the left, the head tilts to the right. And then vice versa. Again, our restore is always very gentle. It's a moment to come back to touch your inner self and really doing every movement with compassion and focus. So as the torso moves to the right, the head goes to the left. It might not feel natural in the beginning, but it starts to become organic as you move. We're going to do 3 or 4 more here. All right. Now bring everything back to center. Regroup. Reconnect with your pelvic muscles. You know what that is, those deep core muscles, those deep layer muscles. Press your sit bones on the floor. Lengthen your spine. Now from here, we're going to reach the right arm up towards the sky. And of course, when I let my kids take care of the dog, they put him in the crate and he cries the whole time. So this is what we're going to do. You'll excuse me for a second. You keep going. So the arms go up, the palms facing down, and you lift the fingers up to the sky. 24-hour reminder that the dog is theirs. But you know how it goes, right? All right, we reach it up. So also check in. What is your range of motion this morning? For you to lift your arm all the way up and then try, you're not gonna force and do this twist here. We're just going up to see where the shoulder can go, okay? When it starts to feel uncomfortable, you're gonna stop. That's where I want. Just when it starts to feel uncomfortable, when it's not natural anymore, I want you to bring down. Some people have a range of motion now right here, okay? So be compassionate and then reach it down. So every time you go up, the synovial fluid that is getting to the joints of your shoulders are already making it looser, right? So maybe right now it's one speck more further that you can reach your arm. So we're gonna take one more here on the other side. I'm doing one more to my left. All right, now you're gonna feel a little more into the shoulders. So it's gonna be by your sides. Let your arms relax. And then we're gonna lift one arm at a time. And yes, this lift is going to be okay. This feels okay for me to lift. And then keep just reaching a little higher, see how it feels. Yeah, it's a very simple movement, but if you are really intentionally moving, you can discover so much about your body. So you lift, keep your palm down, because when you're going like this, what you want to do is turn your palm. Just keep this this rotation of the shoulder, so your palm is facing down every time you're lifting. All right, don't worry, we're gonna do the other one soon. So we lift the left, and then one more time each one up. So for me, my left, I have way more range of motion than my right. All right, now we're gonna turn the palms facing out, okay? And just do this. And again, it's going to be a different feeling. And down. So imagine that you're trying to hold something in your hand, right? Like the palm is facing up, and you do the same. And then you reach. Yes, you're gonna have a little bit more range of motion too, because now your shoulder is out. More. I recommend doing this with your eyes closed. And one more. Beautiful. All right, now we're going to make it a little more difficult. So we're going to bend the elbows and reaching the arms. Cactus the arms. And then you bring it back, and then you lift. Now, doing this movement very slow, just like a fan, right? You're trying to fan someone that is hot. So you're gonna do this slow. You're gonna notice, is there any crankiness in one of the shoulders? Is there any sound that it does, like a cracking, like tuck, tuck, tuck? And yes, your arms are going to start to feel tighter in a little bit. So that's not, we're not going to do a lot. We'll do one more. Somatic movement. Yes. Now we're going to reach it up. And bring it down. All the way down. Elbows towards your sides. And in this one, we're going to engage more. We're going to try to use the muscles to press the arms to your sides. And then notice the upper shoulders. What does it do? And as you're doing this, try not to sink into your shoulders, try to lengthen your spine. Okay, growing taller with your head. So we reach it up and down. So we're trying to get every joint, all the sides, and every movement to that shoulder joint as we reach up. And bring it down. Keep that spine really long. And up. last one. And down. Now bring your hands back to your legs or to a place that feels okay. And then I hope you still have your eyes closed to relax and notice how the shoulder feels. You can feel like a warm sensation or cold or just more of a tired sensation in the shoulder. So let's make it a little challenging. So I have my belt, like I said, I gave you time to get something. If you don't, if you just showed up, you can grab anything that has length that you can use. So left hand holding whatever edge. You don't have to have a loop like I do. You can just hold one edge and then the other hand's gonna slide down. You're gonna bring it back to the back of your head, and then you're gonna walk just a little bit. So the range of motion of that arm is gonna be where it feels okay for you to lift your elbow. Okay, some people are gonna be here, and that's perfectly fine. So the right hand's gonna hold right by your side. So here, my hand is to the back of my head. So the movement is simple. So if your range of motion is here, you stay here. If yours is here and you feel like, oh, I need to do a lot of effort to send it more, so you stay where you are, lengthening the spine. Try not to sass your butt, but sinking your sit bones down and then lifting the head up to the sky. And like I said, finding a comfortable seated position. And then we're gonna pull into that, so the right hand is pulling the left, and then we're gonna do some pulling. And this one can be just a little tad faster, okay? So it's just a little pulling here. Again, close your eyes. And notice what the body's doing. Keep rolling that right shoulder down. I'm talking like a real Minnesotan, down. All right, take 4. Keep that spine long, and 3, and then 2, and then 1. Beautiful. Reach down, hold it here. Notice again, soften the eyes, soften the cheeks. Fingers, if you're really grasping into your prop, just relax the fingers for a moment. Then we're going to do the other side. So the right arm now goes, the right hand goes behind your head if, again, there's the range of motion. If you are dealing with frozen shoulder, if you have any problem in that shoulder, you can always just do right here in front. It's going to reach for another part of the shoulder, but you're still doing a good stretch in there, okay? So if your hand can go to the back of your head, the left hand is holding the belt. Make sure that shoulders roll down. Make sure you have the range of motion that feels good. Maybe you're here and this is what you're doing. So don't judge for what I'm doing, how my movement looks. Just stay focused in yours. Lengthening, sit bones are down, and let's do it. So we pull and back. Now I'm going a little faster, but you can go way slower than me, okay? Take some deep breaths as you're moving. Like I said, my right shoulder is way tighter than my left. So it's a little more difficult to do this movement in that right side. And then this is what I want you to explore, both sides. So you go through life knowing already, oh, my right side and my left side, so I should be a little more gentle with that side. Oh, I should do more stretching on that side. Oh, I should be more conscious in how I write, how I drive, how I sit. Right. How I play with my dogs. How I play with my grandkids. How I play with my kids. What I'm doing. Bring it back. All right. Take 2 deep, long breaths to notice how the shoulders feel. Now the good thing that we're gonna start laying down in our mat. So restoring, it's awesome because you don't have to do too much, right? So everybody can see where my mat is, right? Yes. Okay. So what I'm gonna use, guys, is one pillow. And do you see the size of my pillow? It's not a very big pillow. It's not kind of squishy. So if you have one, or if you don't have one, you can use a blanket right underneath. So I'm gonna lay down with my low back, my mid back supported by that pillow. My knees are bent and I have my belt here close by with me. So why am I using this? Why is it good for my body? Because for me to release a little bit of the pressure in my low back. Again, all the fold forwards, especially if we have very tight hamstrings, we are using all those joints, especially the lumbar spine and the SI, the sacroiliac and the caucus. So everything has those little ligaments. And of course the discs in our spine that keeps, when you keep doing this, the posterior part of it compresses, and that's why it causes sometimes in a lot of us, overtime pressure, and then the pain comes, right? So this is a good way to release, as you have a little lift in that low back, so it's not always like trying to compensate into that curve. So I have my belt, and what I want you to do is to cross the right outer foot on top of the left leg. Just like if you're trying to sit down and kind of crossing that way. If you can slide more if this is too hard. So starting here, having your hands where it feels comfortable, maybe to remember about your breathing, so it can be in your rib cage. Then we're going to swing side to side. Just again, a very simple movement here, side to side. Keep your neck really relaxed, really soft. Go side to side. All right, in your next one, you can use something else. Like I have a block in my left side. So as my legs move towards that left side, the block can support my leg in different levels, my left leg, or my block can support my foot. I can stop right there. But if you have that hip, waist, and low back range of motion to go all the way down to the floor, you don't need a block. Again, be gentle. So what is happening here? My right outer ankle is locked into my left leg. So that doesn't let my leg go down or forward. So it's a good place to stretch the outer hip joint and the tissues right there that hold. So the medius glute and the minus that is so hard to stretch. So this starts to get right there. You can even feel in the front of the hip a little bit. Keep that breath going all the way up to your chest, relaxing the head. You can have more than one prop. You can have blocks and pillows. My foot is all the way down to the floor, my right foot, and my knees facing the sky. So I can rest here and just notice where I'm feeling the most in the pose. And then you take a few more moments to let this place in your body settle. And reaching for deeper breaths. Perfect. All right. Now you can start by lifting the left. See, my left leg is going to slide, and then so I don't have to use my low back too much, and then I come back up. Now you're going to take that right foot off the floor, trying to lasso. So see that I didn't do much effort. I didn't lift my chest, but if you have to, you have to, right? We're gonna lift that leg. And I'm not gonna ask you right away to straighten the leg. No, I don't want this. I want you to notice, okay? Now soften that belt of yours and just let some space for your leg to extend and flex. Do some extension, some flexion without stressing the shoulder and the neck. Notice your knee, how it feels when you bend. Notice your hip flexor. All right. Now that your hamstring kinda did a little bit of awakening, you can keep that leg straight if you have the ability to do so. But again, maybe your leg is not here. Maybe your leg is down here straight, and that's perfect. Notice right there in the hip joint. So I grab more so I can kind of relax into my shoulder. And I can bend my elbow to bring further forward. And then soften the belly. This is what I recommend instead of, especially the low back, the discs, and the lumbar spine. If you, in your life, done so much of the folding forward, picking up stuff on the floor, not using your leg muscles in your core, what starts to happen? Yes, it's just that sharp pain in your low back. So instead of keep doing exercises that you fold all the time, that you hold all the time to stretch your hamstrings, do this instead. So your back, it's stable, and then you just use the legs, so it's mostly just the hamstring. All right, now the movement's going to be side to side. It's not all the way down. I can go all the way down. I don't want you to go all the way down yet. So we're gonna go side to side. Just again, so that joint gets used to the movement. So there's no cramping. And then one more side, one more way here. All right, now the right leg is gonna move to the left inner leg's pressing into that right inner leg. So you can use the left hand to hold the two sides of your belt and keep going towards that opposite way. Now it's gonna be a time that you can't go anymore because your left leg is pressing, right? So keep flexing your foot. Now do me a favor with this one. Move your foot like, doing some flexion, some pointing, some circles in that right foot, and notice how it feels. If you feel like, ooh, that side leg is tight, because actually we don't use too much of that side muscle. I mean, we use it, but we don't stretch too much, right? So you keep doing some movements here, side to side. It goes all the way up to the buttocks. There's some cool muscles, very little ones, like slim ones, that go all the way and pass around, go back to the knee, and then all the way to the butt. I do one more, and then we're going to reach the other side. Now this is the other moment that I told you. If you have a prop, you can always rely on a prop. Even if you think you're like, oh my God, I'm so flexible. Especially because you're flexible, you need to be more careful, okay? Because the ones that are tight, okay, you know that you're tight and you're going to be gentle. But the ones that are flexible is trying to always go so fast. And those are the moments that you rip something, some tissues, and alright, so I have my block holding my leg, and I have my block to the highest level. My left knee is still up, my neck is relaxed. Yes, I'm holding with my right arm, and you're finding that place. My elbow is down so I can relax my arm. My hand is holding, but in a really nice and firm way, like microphone hold. You breathe. Now, if you want to go deeper here, if you have no low back or any pinching, probably you can slide the left leg all the way. And then you also notice, where else do you feel here? Keep breathing and relaxing the shoulders. You guys are doing fantastic. Most important part of the yoga practice is the breath. Breath is the center of everything. So if you're taking deep breaths, you're already doing more. Alright, you're going to slide the left foot if you have that. And then lifting that right leg. Bring the foot down. Bring your hands where it suits you. Close your eyes. And then notice the difference between the right and the left. Just acknowledge that space in your body. Notice how it feels. Keep the back of the neck relaxed. Awesome. Let's do the other side, shall we? All right. So now the left foot leaves the ground. Bring that left ankle kind of on the outside of the right knee. Again, notice how it feels. Don't force it, especially if you have knee issues. If you have the meniscus torn or any of the side band in your knees, so be very gentle. And then as you found your spot, you can start to send it side to side. Gentle movement side to side. Just very gentle. And like I said, this part for me is harder because of my knee. You need to be extra gentle. And I'm hoping you're doing the same. Alright, so the movement helps you notice where you can go, where's the edge of the movement, and where you can stay. So on that side, I might need a prop, okay, instead of the floor. So if it feels good here, you stay here. You can go lower, you go lower. Notice where your foot is compared to the knee. It's important for some yoga teachers to have had some injuries. So it's really easier to relate to anything. And when we have the knee and the foot in different directions, especially without the knee bent, and you can cause more stress for the knee. So keeping always the toes and the knee facing the same place. And when you're ready to relax that bottom leg, ready to relax the head, and then you keep on the breath. Soften the low belly, soften the back of the neck, soften your eyes. Taking another gentle breath here. Oh, this one feels really good. Alright, so we're going to slide first the bottom leg. So we can use the core and bring it back. Alright. Now we bring that foot, we lasso with that our belt. Up to you how you want to grasp that, especially if you're using a towel. It's going to be a little harder to do it. Now again, our left hamstring is tight, right? The right we loosen up a little bit. So this one, you do some movement, letting that belt kind of loose. So you find movement here to flex and extend. Chest is relaxed, face is relaxed. And then when you feel like, okay, I got it, so I can keep it straight or almost there. Notice your wrist if you're not tensing up your wrist so much. Finding a place that feels okay for your shoulders too. And that's when you kind of let it go from your foot, you know, the heel going up and the toes going down, and then you let it go and pull into the belt. Ooh, it goes all the way down, right? This stretching goes all the way down. That hamstring sensation and that calf muscle sensation. So, alright guys, now we're going to start the movement side to side. To the left, using that hand to pull it to the other side. Now when we go to the other side, I want that squeeze, that axe, that making with your upper legs. And then back to the left. And again to the right. Softening the belly. Okay, this is the last one, and if you can, you're going to hold with the right hand the two sides of your prop. Ooh. And then use the idea of compressing your inner thighs to kind of support that upper leg. Keep your chest and your belly button facing the sky. And then if you're ready to do that movement, loosen up in your belt and then do some movement with your foot. Circling, pointing your toes, flexing, stretching the back. Ooh, that's tight. Do you guys hear the dog crying, guys? I'm so sorry. You know, houses here in America is just like paper thin. So it doesn't matter where you are in your house, you can hear everything. In Brazil, if you close a door in one room, you do not hear what's going on in the other room. It's all brick, right? We have a lot of different soundproof things. Alright, we're gonna bring it back. Oh, nice. And then we're gonna release. Ooh. Now again, notice how it feels in your head. Now both, it should be pretty balanced into how it feels. How you open, how it's loosen. No, we forgot one thing. I'm so sorry, guys. Now that I notice how it feels, I'm like, nope, there's something else missing there. Alright, sorry. Lasso your leg again. I'm just so concerned about why they're letting the dog cry while I'm teaching. Alright, we're going to send it all the way to the left side. And then hold in here. Now, again, use your props to support. What I recommend you not to do is to have the support right underneath your knee joint, okay, the side. So you bring it lower or up to your leg, and then you hold here, and then it's up to you if you want to. Notice how it feels if you just slide your foot forward, and then stop and say, oh, maybe I can go further. And then you can even open that hip flexor. That right leg. Keep the right arm relaxed, the chest open. Oh, this feels good. Belly relaxed. slide the foot. Gonna let that leg go. That prop go. Okay? Now interlace your fingers overhead and pressing your palms back. As you press your sacrum into your prop or to the floor, there's that lift of the rib cage. That's a stretch in the skin of the chest. As you're making that nice bridge with your back. Sending the hands back. Notice how it feels. Now here, guys, right hand grabs your left wrist. And then we're going to slide using the core, of course. Keep sliding to the right. Having your right hand pulling to that left arm. So you're trying to create a half moon. And now we're going to straighten the right leg. Slide the right leg to the right side. And then cross the left foot over the outside of the right. And then slide it down. So yes, you're going to feel this. Well, I'm feeling very deeply. So if you don't slide too far away, just do a little. And then if you want to go deeper, you go deeper. Now we're going to hold here. So what's happening? The left outer ankle is locked over the right. We are bending the body to the right side and holding the left hand with the right hand. So the right hand is pulling. And then it's a side, it's a half moon here stretch. So for the shoulders, for the outer hip, for the side band. For the side muscles. Alright, so how we're going to go back? Same way we came. Slide that, step that, slide the right. Bring it back slowly. Oh, that feels good, right? Okay, now let's do the other side. We do the body first, the upper body. So I scooch to my left. Left hand holds my right wrist, and then I pull it towards that left side. Okay? I'm going to slide my left leg straight. Slide it a little bit towards the left, just a little. And then the right crosses over the left. And then if you want to slide even further, you can kind of walk that right foot and then slide the left leg. When you're ready, you're like, oh, this is enough for me, you can try to slide your foot all the way down. Relaxing the neck, relaxing the eyes, the cheeks, the lips, the back. Breathing in and out through your nose. So if you just, it's very hard because we're not doctors. We didn't study every single muscle of the body. But if you just understand how many muscles, it's glued to the tronchardiers of our sides, you know, that big hip bone here that goes around. So deep muscles that are attached to that part and go into our rib cage. And those muscles that attach to the femur and into the femur, like inside and towards the back into that sacroiliac. So there's so many little and thicker muscles and ligaments and bands that we hardly ever stretch. And then we are in pain and we don't know why. So there's very specific things that we can do to stretch those areas that are so hard to do. So this is one of them. Okay, we're going to slide it back, step, and then bring the body back. All right, now with that thing underneath you, if you have, just like me, you can make it bigger now to support your low back. So I'm scooching up and bringing that thing lower to my low back. So there's just a little lift for the pelvis, okay? A soft still in your low back. Now, bring your feet a little closer to your pillow and then take the right knee off the floor, the right foot off the floor and bringing the knee towards your chest. So this gives you a leverage to bring the knee easier. Now, left foot down, So the energy into that left knee is going forward as you press the three corners of your foot, all the phalanges of your foot. Now you can interlace your fingers into that right knee and press towards you. Now the pressure here for me, always it feels better for me to go out, okay? It just feels like it's easier for my body to do. But I don't want you to go to the easy route like I was doing. I want you to keep bringing that knee straight forward here. So you're gonna feel that little stress, just a little tiny stress in that hip flexor. So this is what I want you to do. Now the next, I want you to press your knee into your hands, like trying to straighten the hands, almost like lift your shoulders off the floor, but keep your head down. And then the opposite again. Now the hands have the most strength to press the knee towards the chest as you soften the muscles in your leg. And then as you engage the muscles in your leg, you're going to press the knee into the hands. Loosen the shoulders, the shoulder blades. And then again, do the opposite. And then pressing the knee forward. So I hear a lot of excuses, and there are some classes that unfortunately I can't help everybody, right? There's so many that I heard before that never took my restorative class or took the most strengthening ones. They was like, well, I can never do yoga. I can't be in those positions. So what we're doing right now is yoga, and we don't even have to be on the floor in our knees. We don't have to stand up. We can do everything. We can open basically all our joints laying down. And then we'll do one more time. Begin strengthening every muscle laying down. Drop that foot down, and we're going to do the other side. So right foot finds where it fits the most to lift your left knee towards your chest. Now again, as you hear, I don't want that leg to be relaxing. I want that foot. I want that energy to press. So as you press, the left knee comes closer to your body. Interlace your fingers again, and then notice how it feels. Soften shoulders, soften face, and then we're going to press the leg into the hands. Relaxing here into the shoulders, let the arms stretch by the knee pulling into it. And then bring towards the chest again. And then forward again. Relaxing the belly. Alright guys, one more time. And then we'll release the foot down. This feels good. We're going to take that pillow away from now. And then basically our last movement of the day, our last movement and position of the day is going to be, especially for the shoulders, okay? And the inner hip, inner thigh. We're going to turn to our right sides. So I have my right side, so try to follow because I don't want you to, I'm saying one side and you're going to the other side, so it's going to be harder. So press that left hand on the floor so you can lift. Bring the right forearm down into your mat. And then it's up to you what to do with your legs depending on your back, your low back, and your sacrum. So what I'm doing, I'm pressing my left hand down and I'm moving my left inner knee down to the floor. So there is a rotation, there is a twist, a gentle one. So I don't want you to bring that left forearm on the floor. Just keep your right and twist and see and notice how it feels. Awesome. Now slide your left, the upper leg forward. We're going to straighten the right. We're going to bring the chest down and straighten the right arm to hug the floor. Right cheek down on the mat. Right arm hugging into the floor. Slide your hands, palm is facing down. Some people can stay here. some of you are going to press that left hand, slide, lift the leg. You can stack one on top of the other. You can have one pillow because this can be too much, again, for the sacrum or for the side band. So what you can do is having something between your knees, if you need more. Or you can start to open that knee and see if you can find the floor behind you with your left toes. So we are stretching not just the shoulder, but also if you have the head relaxed, you can stretch the neck even. And then all the way from that side band to the side hip. If you slide your toes back, if there's no pain in your knee, be gentle. You can hold it here for a few more breaths. Or if you're really flexible, not flexible just, but if the constitution of your bones can allow your hip to open this way, you can do this instead of lower. For me, it feels better this way. And of course, you're stretching the hip flexor too. Taking one more breath, surrender the face muscles, the jaw. The jaw. See my Minnesotan accent again. I'm starting to notice, guys. Alright. Bring it back gently. Alright, slide the right hand in. Bring the left forearm down. We're going to lift and we're going to go to the other side. So other side, right hand, right leg now, kind of. Bring them a little closer to you, the knees closer to you, and slide that right inner knee down. So kind of a left rib cage lifts off the ground. And then we bring it down, and then the right knee slides all the way kind of towards the arm. You can straighten that left leg. You can slide the right knee. Bring the left arm to hold and hug the floor. Right hand, and then you can lift. You can stay here with the knee on the mat, with the knee forward so it's easier for the shoulder, or you can stack your knees. Stay right here, or you can lift the knee and try to find the floor behind you. And then you breathe. Make sure the left arm, guys, is not higher than your shoulder. Okay, that can cause a lot of tension for the ligaments in your shoulders. Alright, take one more breath here. And then we'll bring it back. And then roll yourself back to your mats. Alright, that's basically it. If there's anything else you want to do, any other stretch that you want to do, please feel free before you find your Shavasana. As I said, my low back is giving me some trouble. Because of this, we do this all the time, we're sitting all the time, we're stressing the back all the time. So, I always recommend some softening the low back. If you're still using your pillows, I'm going to make it easier today. Instead of my bolster, I'm going to use my 2 pillows. I'm going to use just another pillow. I don't know where my little pillow, oh, here it is. I'm going to use a little pillow for my neck. Did you see I turned my heat on because it's cold in here? So, I'm going to have that support for my back, and I will see if I need support for my legs as I go down. And I think I do. So I have that lift, again, the same way we were before with that pillow underneath, but a little higher, because now I have two pillows. Just gonna bring my blocks to support my legs, and I also have another little thing, and I'm gonna bring my foot up. My foot, so my feet is on top of that. My blocks are underneath, almost like my hamstrings, but at the same level. It's going like this. And I'm just telling you, so you can try to if you have those props. Now see, I noticed that it's too much, so I'm going to take one half, then my head comes down. Alright, now it feels good. And please keep working around. If I was there, I could see what suits the best for you. If you have the shoulders are really stressed, having something underneath it feels super high. You can cause like, oh my gosh, I'm so tight in my shoulders that it's hard. So go it lower. If you want still to relax the shoulders, and if you want still to open the chest, you have just a pillow like I have underneath, so it's not too much. If you have something higher, you are causing to stretch more, but also if you're not super flexible, if you have pain, you're going to stress more. I always recommend to have your neck kind of supported. Slide it closer to me. Alright. If you have an eye pillow, I always recommend to have an eye pillow or anything to cover your eyes, so there's no light shining in, there's no distractions. Arms can be by your side. Those are always, if it feels more comfortable and more safe, you can bring your hands to your sides. And here we go. The special part of the practice. The special part of getting all the benefits of everything you just did today. All those spaces in you that are tired, that are overworked, overused, you're telling those areas of you by giving deep breaths there that they are free to rest right now. Your legs, your hips, your back, your shoulders, your neck, your face. You don't have to have any expression right now in your face. You can relax your cheeks. You are totally free to feel whatever is the feeling that is coming to the surface. You're allowing the skin to feel the feeling. You're allowing the heart, you're allowing your breath to feel the feeling. We were conditioned, I'm not saying about everybody, but especially us here in the Western place, we grow up thinking that's not okay to feel. We need to hide our feelings. We need to hide our emotions. We need to hide our anger. We need to hide our sorrows. We need to hide our sadness. We need to hide our stress. Anything. So we grow up thinking, okay, whatever I'm feeling, you know what? Quit it. Just mask it. Put a smile in it, mask it. Or if I'm super happy, I shouldn't be showing everybody happy because that makes people feel uncomfortable. So right now in the space where you are, just allow yourself to feel. Be open to anything that's coming again. hand towards that skin. If you're happy, allow that feeling to just be in you. Open yourself to the feeling. If you're sad today, it's okay to be sad. There is a reason. Let the whole body feel the sadness. So this is how we move forward. This is how we heal. If you allow this in your body. I'm not saying act on it, act on your anger. I'm saying allow the body to feel the feeling. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple in words. It's not as simple to do. If I have any advice for you today, that's it. Allow the body to feel. If you're scared, if you are tense, allow the body to feel this. Like I'm always asking you to take the benefits of the Shavasana time. If you have the time, spend from 10 to 20 minutes in this pose that you can completely be yourself, that you can completely surrender any pain that you're feeling today physically and just release, okay? Stay here for as long as you need, my darlings, and as always, I'm so honored to spend this time with you. Thank you so much for being here to show up and to do this for yourself. The light in me salutes the light in you. Namaste. Enjoy your Sunday, everyone.